Welcome to another edition of Let's Talk Criterion, and in this edition we take a look at the Guillermo del Toro Oscar-winning film The Shape of Water, coming to the collection in 4K UHD. It will be no surprise to know that Guillermo del Toro is a popular choice for the Criterion collection, with 5 of his titles now taking pride of place. There's his Trilogia de Guillermo del Toro, consisting of Kronos, The Devil's Backbone and Pan's Labyrinth, and they're available as beautifully presented trilogy box set and separate releases. Pinocchio, his classic reimagining of the famous tale of Geppetto and his little wooden boy, which arrived in the collection last December, and now The Shape of Water. The Shape of Water is a 2017 romantic fantasy film directed and produced by Guillermo del Toro. He wrote the screenplay with Vanessa Taylor. It stars Sally Hawkins, Michael Shannon, Richard Jenkins, Doug Jones, Michael Stuhlbarg and Olivia Spencer. And it's set in Baltimore in 1962. The film follows a mute cleaner played by Sally Hawkins, that's Elisa Esposito. She's at a high-security government laboratory, and she one day discovers a creature entrapped inside a glass container, who is clearly being observed and experimented upon. Now, this creature is a weird and hybrid human amphibian. Now, she ends up engaging with it in secret and giving it food, and they make a connection, and she falls in love with the creature. Filming for this took place in Ontario, Canada, from August to November of 2016. The Shape of Water was screened as part of the main competition in the 74th Venice Film Festival, and of course it was awarded the Golden Lion. It released in the US in theatres in December of 2017, and the film received a massive 13 nominations at the 90th Academy Awards ceremony, and it won 4 Oscars: Best Production Design, Best Original Score, Best Director, and of course Best Picture. Now, visually this film is highly impressive. One particular sequence, if you haven't seen it, is at Elisa's apartment, where the creature brings her into his world, which is quite frankly stunning. The film has a beautiful and gentle sensibility. The story itself isn't a new one: an alien creature potentially rescued from danger by a lone person intent on preserving its life with emotional stakes. Now to the point of plagiarism. Accusations which had been previously levelled against this film. The estate of Paul Zindel initiated a lawsuit in the US District Court against the film's director, alleging that The Shape of Water brazenly copied his story elements, characters and themes of his 1969 work, Let Me Hear You Whisper. Now, this depicted a cleaning lady bonding with a dolphin and attempting to rescue it from a secret research laboratory. The complaint spends over a dozen pages detailing alleged overwhelming similarities between his work and Guillermo del Toro's screenplay. Controversy always proves healthy, especially for marketing. Now, Fox Searchlight denied this claim and vowed to vigorously defend itself in court. The suit was dismissed in July of 2018 by Judge Percy Anderson, and Del Toro and Fox Searchlight were able to recoup their total court costs. And there were other alleged examples of plagiarism as well from other people, but none of this went to lawsuit. The Shape of Water has reverent homages in it to James Whale's Frankenstein and Steven Spielberg's E.T., and even Ron Howard's Splash. Yet The Shape of Water does not, quote, have their unself-conscious power of fun for all its magnificent fervour. Intriguingly, it has a brilliant pastiche of a golden age song and dance routine that surely owes more to Mel Brooks' Young Frankenstein to anything else, but it's hard to tell if that resemblance is conscious, subconscious, or indeed just accidental. Now, Sally Hawkins' performance in the film is superb, with her sly, sensual, vulnerable portrayal of the facilities cleaner Elisa. She shares her apartment with Giles, played in the film by Richard Jenkins. He's always good. He is a professionally frustrated alcoholic. Elisa's best friend is Zelda, and she's played by the always strong Olivia Spencer. The two ladies swab their way around the covert facility and endless underground corridors, beautifully realised in the production design. And of course, both experience the secret acquisition, the amphibious creature. A half man, half lizard, which the top brass have shipped in from Brazil. Now, this part is played by Doug Jones. As a mute woman, Elisa's acceptance of this creature is to be interpreted as a testament to the human capacity for compassion and indeed empathy. Her attempt to free the creature is evidence of solidarity among marginalised communities. Similar to Todd Browning's Freaks, now of course in the collection, it is no surprise that in this film, those who also are othered by society band together against oppressive external powers. And this may influence viewers to consider how they too can resist oppression in the face of monstrous brutality. So what is the transfer like? Well, it's supervised personally by Guillermo del Toro from a digital master. The film was shot digitally using Arri Alexa mini cameras with mixed resolutions of 3.4K and 2.8K, and this has been used here for this 4K UHD grading. It hasn't got Dolby Vision, but the blue-green hue with the image from reflected light and water surfaces is where the HDR really delivers. And there's also a depth of black, and this makes for a much punchier image overall. This really pushes into the frame, and reds also fare well, Elisa's shoes for example. Now, the original digital source is as clean as a whistle, while digitally nothing untoward is happening. Now, the sound is delivered via a DTS HD audio track in 5.1, not Atmos sadly, but the soundscape is well established throughout and bass reasonably realised, and of course Alexandre Desplat's beautiful Oscar-winning score fills the space well. Now for the special features on the disc, and as always we get the 4K UHD of the film and a separate Blu-ray with these features. We have a new conversation between Del Toro and the filmmaker David Lowery. A fairy tale for troubled times, a documentary highlighting the film's production design, performances, special effects and score. Anatomy of a Scene, that's the dance, both featuring on-set footage and interviews with Del Toro. Shaping the Waves, an interview with illustrator James Jean. Masterclass from 2017 on the film's technical aspects, and that features Del Toro, of course, and members of the crew. We have trailers for the film and an essay by film critic Carlos Aguilar, a popular contributor to the Criterion Collection essays, and cover art is by Greg Ruth. A triumph of visual imagination that combines elements of sci-fi, noir and the Golden Age musical. This swooning cinematic dreamscape is a monster movie with a human heart. The Shape of Water has a running time of 123 minutes and it's delivered in an aspect ratio of 185:1, and that of course is widescreen. It releases in the Criterion Collection as a 4K UHD Blu-ray combo on Tuesday the 26th of November. In the next edition, we look at Peter Bogdanovich's Paper Moon, starring father and daughter duo Ryan and Tatum O'Neill, also releasing on the 26th of November, and that's coming to 4K UHD. And we leave you with some of the excellent award-winning score to the film by Alexandre Desplat, over which we'll have a scrolling list of the 40 titles featured in the CC40 set, which released on the 19th of November. It can be purchased now at 50% off the retail price at the Barnes & Noble Criterion sale until the 3rd of December. and it's a great way to augment your collection, or indeed even start your collection if you're just beginning as a Criterion collector. So from me, it's goodbye, and above all, good Criterion viewing.